Okay, whatever. Okay. So Kimmy's like, okay, so we end stream and I'm getting ready to go to BCD, and as I'm packing my stuff, Kimi calls me, right? And I'm like, hey Kimi, sorry I'm running late, like I just can't find my keys. And she's like, okay, that's fine. I just want to let you know that like I'm here, and I'm parked. And something like really freaky just happened. And then I was like, oh, what happened? And she's like, she sounded like really like freaked out. And I was like, wait, what's going on? And she's like, okay, so as I was driving into the lot, so basically she's like coming in over here. There's like a little cul-de-sac or like a little corner here. You turn in and then you park like here-ish. So she was turning in, and on her way in, she says that she sees a guy leaving, driving like a big car, and he like turned and looked at her, and she said like he gave me the creepiest look I have ever seen. Like it just sent chills like running down my spine. And she's like, he just gave me this horrible look, and so we just passed really slowly, and then I went to park, and then she said that he, instead of exiting, which is the only thing his car could be doing when he's passing her, he then turns back around, like makes a U-turn back into the lot and starts circling the lot. And then she said that he ended up parking directly across from her. And that's like, she's like, he's directly across from me right now. Or is it right next to me? Frick. No, directly across.
Near her, yeah.
But man, this is freaking forgetting things. But anyways, directly across from her. She's like, please get here soon. I'm just sitting in my car. I don't want to leave my car, but like, please get here soon. I was like, okay, I'm so sorry. I'm going to look for my keys. So I'm like frantically looking for my keys. I find my keys and I drive over, and I drive into the lot, and I park right next to her. Or I park right next to her. The parking spot is kind of important to the story, but I'll remember it. Okay. So I park next to her. Anyways, I get out. She like gets out, we hug, and then we walk into BCD. Anyways, so while we're in BCD, she just, we kind of just forget that happened, and we're just like yada 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 yada. We end up actually deciding to become roommates that day, so it's kind of a significant conversation for us, because we literally sat there until 6 in the morning, or like 5 in the morning. BCD's open 24 hours, and we literally became roommates. We're like, that was the day, and so we left. We're like, oh hey, we're gonna be roommates. This is awesome, right? And like, you talk to your mom, I'll talk to my mom, yada yada yada. Anyways, so 5 hours pass, and we both get up, and as we get up, I was thinking, like, it was in the back of my mind, like, what if that guy is like, you know, like, I remember something like that guy was like still there when we left. Like, what if he's like still there, you know? So Kimi like leaves first, and immediately as we exit, she like turns around and looks at me. She's like, that guy is still like parked there, like he's right there. But the creepiest thing is that he actually, oh, now I remember, he had moved his car to be right in between me and Kimi's car. So I see. Okay, so Kimi had parked initially. He parked on the other side of the street. When I got there, I parked a spot away from Kimi's, and then this guy had moved his car while we were inside, facing outwards, like reversed his car in between our spots. And so when we're going out, I just remember Kimi says like his car is now next to ours, in between ours, and his lights were on. And there's like nobody in this lot. It's like BCD is like one of the only places that's open. And
what time is this?
This is like 5 in the morning. We met up after stream. We sat there for 5 hours talking, like minimum 5 hours. It was like 5. So there was no reason for anyone to be there, right? And this is the same dude that like Kimi like saw, and he like was exiting. So Kimi's like, holy shit. And I was like, oh my God. Okay. So like, we're just trying to think of any reason why this guy might be here. He's like sitting in his car. You can like see him sitting in the car. And so we are like walking, and Kimi's like walking really slowly, and she's like, okay, what we're gonna do, like, don't get in your car because you have to walk by his car. How about I'll get in my car really fast, and you just get into like right behind me, so like get into the seat that's like away from his car. I was like, got it. And like, I remember as we're walking out, there's these two like guys that are drunk, and they're like, hey ladies, what's up? They're like hitting on us, and then we're just like, we don't have time for this, we're about to get murdered, dudes. So we just keep moving on. Okay, anyways, so Kimi jumps into the car. We don't even look at the guy. I jump in, and then Kimi turns on the car and backs up, like, and she backs out of the lot, and then she's like over here, and then she drives out, and then the guy and then we park on the farther side in front of H Mart, which is like a second lot. Then as we park there really briefly just to see what the guy does, and the guy, we see him turn on his car. and like his lights go on. And in that moment, I was like, he starts backing up, and I'm like, holy, I literally in that moment was like, this guy is just following us. Like he's gonna kill us. Like he's following us. So I freaked out. I was like, Kimi, go, go, go. And I remember I felt kind of bad. I yelled at her. I was like, Kimi, you have to go. And she's like, oh shit. And like, it was genuine just fear in that moment. She reverses her car and she drives into, I remember now he has a white car. Anyways, so, she drives into an area, the farthest parking lot in Diamond Jamboree on the opposite side. That's just tons of cars. And she finds a spot that's like hidden in between, like there's just tons of cars, right? So like we're just trying to blend in. She parks her car in a spot and then we just like turn off the car and we just sit there and we just wait. And we like look to see if there's like cars. Every time we see a white car, I was like, oh God, it's him. But nothing. So in that moment, we're kind of just like, wow, this is kind of a bonding moment, right? Like, wow, wow, we're gonna die together, Kimi. And she's like, yeah. Anyway, so then about an hour passes and we're like, I think like we can go get your car now, Leslie. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go get my car. So we decide to reverse.
No, the dude knows you have to come back for your car though.
I know. So that's why I was like, so we decide not to go directly to the car. We decide to reverse and we drove out of the lot. We didn't go into this lot. We just drove on the outside and pretended to like leave the area and just, I see my car and nothing's near it. The sun is coming up at this point, so it's like less scary. I was like, I think he's gone. Like, I think he just left. So then I have Kimi drive all the way around to come through this way. There's like a church over here. So we drive through the church lot and then Kimi drops me off by my car. And we were just like, wow, what a night, right? And I was so jumpy. I get out of the car, I get into my car, and on my door, I see like something. And I was like, what the hell is this? And she's like, and I like look at it and it's like a liquid. And it looked like, my first thought was someone cracked an egg, or like egg white on my door. So I touch it. I go to touch it and it feels like yeah, it feels like fucking, you know. So it was fresh. It was like a liquid. And so it was just on my car door.
You never told me this story.
I've never told you this story. I've told this on stream like 5 times.
Are you serious?
I've never told you this. Holy crap! This is one of like the scariest things that ever happened to us. So I was like, Kimi, there's something on my door, and she's like, no, and I was like, I don't know, and like I was too scared. Once I touched it, I was like, holy shit! I think that this is like, you know, like I think those come. I just didn't touch it, and like I'm hella stupid. I actually like never could like wash it. I couldn't, like I was too scared of it, so it, like stained my door. Like it was always.
Wait, which car?
The car that I crashed.
Okay.
It's gone.
Okay.
But like that was just, I could never like get rid of it, and I went through car washes, like car wash after car wash a little bit later, and it just never came off. It was like a stain. Anyway, so then I get in my car, and I remember I was so jumpy. I actually like drove into like the, you know, those car separators.
Oh, yeah.
I drove forward into it instead of backwards, and Kimi's like, "Are you okay?" My car just went boom. I was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm just jumpy." And then Kimi's like, okay, well, like, call me when you get back. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go back. And so I drove. I remember just like the whole ride back, I texted out this huge message to one of my friends, like, what happened? I was like, I'm so freaking scared right now. Like, this whole thing happened. And like, I get into my house, and I'm like, the whole time I'm looking behind me, like driving to see if anyone's following me. In my house, I'm like looking behind me, and I finally get into my room. I just like shut the door, and then I start venting to like some of my friends, like, holy shit. And my friends were like, dude, why didn't you call the cops? Like, why didn't you, like, dude, that's so scary. And I was like, I don't know. I didn't think to do anything. I was just with Kimi. I don't know. And then from there, I just moved on. But that stain was always there. Every time I looked at my door in the future, I had the car for about like a couple more months, and then I crashed it. So it was like 5 months of just looking at that stain. I can't believe I never told you that. The guy vented. Anyway, so that was the creepiest thing that ever happened to me. I think that was like one of this, like I mean, there was a point I was like, dude, this is kind of gonna kill us. But he like freaking did that shit to my door.
You guys had an encounter with an actual sex offender.
Yeah.
An actual sex offender.
Yeah. And like sometimes I'm like, did that actually happen? But like Kimi was like right there with me, and she's like, dude, that was really disturbing. Like
that's a legitimate story about a sex offender.
Yeah.
You know, there are actually people that are effed up in the head like that.
Yeah.
And will do that around not just like girls but children.
Yeah.
And this is an actual problem in society.
6666 viewers. Oh my god. It's so scary.
Holy.
Yeah. Anyway,
I
so
didn't know-
one of I never
no
told you
I
that
had no
story.
idea. I would not forget a story like that.
I can't believe that. I
Wait,
think sometimes I
what?
tell my streams so